You're struggling with debt in Colorado, you search online and suddenly you're bombarded with ads claiming they are the #1 Colorado debt relief company. But who can you actually trust? The wrong program could cost you thousands of dollars and years of stress. So today, I'm gonna break down the Colorado debt relief reviews, the pros and cons of different programs, and how to figure out which one is actually best for you. Welcome to Send Finance YouTube channel. My name is Ben, and I've helped thousands of people across Colorado from Denver to Colorado Springs and throughout the US find their best path out of debt via our free best debt options calculators. Here's what we're gonna cover in this video. Is Colorado Debt Relief a company, and what are the reviews? Second, we're gonna cover, should you do Colorado debt reviews? We're gonna explore the pros and cons and the alternatives. Third, 3 things you absolutely need to know about debt relief in Colorado. And fourth, we're gonna sum it all up for you. If you stick around to the end, you will understand pros and cons of Colorado debt relief while knowing alternatives that may be the best option for you. So, is Colorado Debt Relief a company, and what are the reviews? Yes, there is a company or website called coloradodebtrelief.org. And from my research, coloradodebtrelief.org refers folks who are interested in debt relief to other reputable organizations. I believe that it is a legitimate organization from my research, but it's hard to get reviews specifically for coloradodebtrelief.org. Instead, you would research reviews for the company that coloradodebtrelief.org refers you to. That said, should you do debt relief in Colorado? Let's cover that next. Debt relief, also known as debt settlement, can help you reduce the total amount you owe by negotiating with creditors, sometimes saving you thousands of dollars. Now, if you're wondering whether you should do debt relief, the honest answer is that it depends on your financial situation and your goals. To answer this question, we're going to cover 2 things: how to compare your options and form a plan, and pros and cons of debt relief. First, to help you understand whether debt relief is right for you and create a plan, we built a free best debt options calculators that I linked in the description below. It's free and it gives you how much different options cost you, how long it takes for you to get out of debt, and the pros and cons of each option. For example, the calculator even estimates whether you qualify for a personal consolidation loan. The heart behind the calculator is that debt is stressful. So we wanted to build a 100% free resource that doesn't require an email address or phone number that can help you holistically compare your options. Second, let's cover the pros and cons of debt relief. First, the biggest pro is probably that you can save a lot of money. Real clients have saved thousands of dollars. Let me share a couple of anonymous examples, like this couple who saved almost $20,000 in just over a year, or even this person who saved around 35% even after the fees. The second pro is flexible payments. Instead of paying your minimums forever and ever, you set aside money in a special purpose account that builds until you have enough ready to settle. Being able to have flexibility in terms of how much you put into your draft account every month gives you a little bit of more leeway in times like Christmas and birthdays and things like that. Thirdly, faster payoff. Many debt relief programs can finish between 24 and 16 months, and that can be much faster than decades of making minimum payments. The fourth pro is that you could avoid bankruptcy. Settlement can often feel like a middle ground without the public record of Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 bankruptcy, although bankruptcy can be great for some people. The last pro I want to talk to you about is relief from creditors. Some debt relief companies will send a power of attorney right away to all the debt collection agencies, so all the calls stop. Now, we talked about the pros, let's talk about the cons. The first con I want to talk to you about is credit score hit. Stopping payments to settle can drop your score by 100+ points within the first 90 days. Now, this may not be as much of a con if your accounts are already past due, but it can be a big con, especially if you're current on all your payments right now. The second con I want to talk to you about is lawsuit risk. Some creditors may sue if you stop paying on those debts, and no company can fully protect you from getting sued. The third thing I want to talk to you about is choosing the wrong debt relief company. Some debt relief companies may pitch a settlement or a loan or bait you with a low draft, then raise the payments mid-program. The fourth thing I want to talk to you about is poor support after you sign up for a debt relief program. Many debt relief firms may hand you to a generic call center to handle your queries and everything after you sign up, and that can be daunting to have to provide the same information multiple times. The fifth thing I want to talk to you about is overpriced legal plans. Now, when you join a debt relief program, you may be pitched a legal plan, and those can be up to $50 a month or more, and that can be an additional cost to you. The sixth con I want to talk to you about is potential taxes on forgiven debt unless you qualify for IRS exemptions. The last con I want to talk to you about is fees. Some debt relief companies can charge 15 to 25% of the enrolled debt, and that can cut into your savings. Yes, they do a ton of work, so it might be worth it, but it's just something to note. Okay, we covered pros and cons. Next, I want to talk to you about 3 things you absolutely need to know about debt relief. The first thing I want to discuss is that there are definite alternatives to consider. I can't stress this enough that there are alternatives to debt relief. For example, many people I've spoken with have never heard of nonprofit credit counseling, where your credit score may not be hurt nearly as much as debt relief and you can stay current on all your accounts. So it's really crucial to compare all your debt relief options to understand which option is best for you. Second, the fees you pay are crucial in debt relief. Some people join a debt relief program and don't understand whether they can afford the fees or what they are even paying. This is why it's crucial to understand how much a debt relief company is going to charge you and get an estimate about your debt freedom date and the total cost of the program. Third, many people choose debt relief sometimes because they want to avoid bankruptcy, but may end up filing bankruptcy once they've joined a debt relief program and been sued. So understanding all the pros and cons of all your different options beforehand is absolutely crucial before you join. At the end of the day, debt relief is not a one-size-fits-all. Reviews can give you clues, but your debt options depend on your debt amount, income, and financial goals. So before you make any decision, consider taking our free best debt options calculator below. It's fast, unbiased, and built to save you time from making an expensive mistake. The link's below, check it out today. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more unbiased debt relief content, and let me know in the comments what your biggest concern is with debt relief programs. Thanks so much for watching.